Spoke a blog post on LinkedIn the other day saying that AVE, or advertising value equivalent, measurement for PR success was a thing of the past. Now, if you're new to PR, or you just need a reminder of some of the many, many terms in it, let's say an advert might cost you, or depending on your particular currency, let's say it costs 50,000 or something like that to place an advert. But a PR story might take up half a page, just like a half a page ad costing 50,000, but you get that for free. So it's a kind of equivalent metric. It was popular because it was clear and easy to understand, but executives aren't asking for this anymore. So what are they asking for? What's the problem? What do we do next? The problem is there's also disagreement on what actually is the measurement now, which is a result for PR. With advertising, online advertising becoming ever more quantifiable, measurable, what do strategic comms and PR do to try and convince executives so that they can deliver and then go and do that? That particular article appeared in PRPOI, the Public Relations Professionals of India, and I'm always interested in what's happening in every market across the world, as you know, on the Public Relations podcast. Thought I'd get on the author of that, and also another friend of the show from PRPOI. So first of all, we have got Neha Bahri. A very good afternoon to you. Now, how are you?
All great. Good afternoon to you as well.
It's
What are
wonderful.
you guys doing?
It's wonderful to have you. And listen, just where you're from, what your role is in the company.
So I am from India, New Delhi, Gurgaon, and my company name is Bconnect Communications. I'm into the comms domain from almost 2 decades now.
And Tarunjeet, let's bring you back in again. You've been on the show a couple of times, but you better introduce yourself again.
Hi, I'm Tarunjeet. I'm the founder of Nucleus PR and also the founder of PRPOI, India's largest voluntary upskilling community.
And it's always a pleasure having you on. Okay, let's talk about this. I think we all agree that clients, they want results now, in quotes. You know, what I'm seeing is people sort of saying, well, look, we want to know how many people you're going to get in the door, or how many people you're getting signed up, or how many people are going to buy the product. What are you folks seeing on the ground? I mean, let's start with Neha, because you wrote this article.
Yes, definitely. I wrote this article where a lot of clients coming up and asking about where are the backlinks. We need to know the gear of the website, which coincide with your digital marketing and the digital landscape overlapping too much on the PR, which people now, are skeptical of using the term as a PR. So that's what the need of an R for most of the clients, where as a comms people and representative, we need to ensure and make them understand how this works. Because in today's scenario, the earned media, the owned media, the social media, all of them are overlapping because the
Yeah.
overlapping of social media and the earned media, the clients, the people, the brands get confused and want the digital marketing matrix to be included in the PR, organic PR landscape.
They want something clear, don't they? Because you were saying in the article about domain authority. So this ties into SEO, doesn't it? Search engine optimization. And so is that kind of the most common thing that you're hearing from clients that you're working with? They're saying, we just want to measure this. Almost literally, we just want to measure it in backlinks.
Correct. You're absolutely right. See, when a backlink comes up into the picture, it gives an surety of a quality and the lead to a client that, my website traffic is being moved towards my website. So that's what they are also looking forward to. It's not only the visibility which they wanted, they are looking forward to the sales enhancement also.
Tarunjeet, what are you hearing then? So backlinks, one of the things like just Nia just said, problem with PR in a way is the fact that it's so diverse now. So what are you hearing? What are people saying? Prove it to me, show me in X type of numbers.
This is a very interesting question because while on one end, as Neha mentioned, there is earned media, paid media, social media that is also making an entry into the matrix, so to say. There's also a new entrant into the field, which is AI. And while the industry on one end is in a state of flux, complete chaos, and I do believe out of chaos, you get a lot of innovation out there. However, there is not a common consensus on what innovation do we need to back up, right? So everybody's kind of creating their own matrices. They're creating their own, Excel sheets and graphs to be able to prove to the client that, hey, this is what the ROI is. The best of the experts will tell you to set a goal and then figure out how is it that I'm achieving the goal through PR. However much we like it, however much we want to evolve the model, there is still a large segment in the brand industry who's still comfortable with, I dread to say it, it's like a cancer that doesn't refuses to go, but it's the AVE. I still have young industry folks who have just joined the industry a couple of years into the experience, have heard the entire industry talk about various models, and then they come back to, hey, can you give me an AVE evaluation of it? And while the CMO, CEO can, be convinced about a different approach to this entire thing, when this entire piece with the invoice lands up on the CFO's desk, the one thing they ask us for is, hey, I need the AVE to be able to help me understand what is the ROI for this entire thing. That's the easiest matrix they understand. And however much you push them, till the CFO also understands that this is what PR does, and it does not stand for press release. It does not stand for,
Yeah,
It's to something.
you and I have talked about before, isn't it? Is that you can't just push the idea of PR from PR people's perspective anymore. Ultimately, if you've got a CFO that says, I want this, that's what they want. You can't just say AVE is a great way of measuring it if they say, well, I don't care about AVE.
much as I dislike to, admit it, but there are some clients that we still do an AVE for because the CFO says that, hey, this is what I want. And if I don't get this, I'm not clearing your invoice. So what do you want?
Yeah.
You got to do that.
In fact, here we need to educate the CMOs of the organization to make them understand that, digital marketing, performance marketing, and PR are totally three different metrics in the comms department, along with the marketing department. Although they overlap, their performance overlap, their influencer overlap, their visibility overlap, but the major metrics and the your value addition is completely in a triangle shape, you can say that. So here we need to educate our CMOs as well, because they need to further speak to their management, the CEOs and CEOs, the organization, because they are the one who is going to talk about it. So I have a client, this POC I was speaking to, and I very upfrontly told that, okay, you are based out of this particular market, you have a presence in Indian market, but you're not doing the major thing for the Indian market, so you cannot see that desired result overnight. You need to have a constant movement in and across for the story narration for the respective Indian market as well. So your expectation from a US or an Australia or an Indian market would be completely, because all market work in a very different way. International PR sometimes do included your backlinks. They worked on their DS. As Tarunjeet said it, that, being AI into the prominent now, I saw one of an article saying that, international market, some of the journalists are being allowed to use the AI in their content. But here in India, totally opposite.
But this is interesting because I mean, even you look at LinkedIn now and you see so many PR people sort of saying, look, what we're doing now is GEO, generative AI, SEO kind of thing, isn't it? So that it appears in it. And you see a lot of PR people are kind of rebranding themselves as that. So we're not even trying to get a press release anymore. We're just trying to optimize your content to appear on AI. I mean, are you getting people asking you for that?
See, that is there, but at the same time, the AI content hamper your search ranking as well, because it's not the organic way of doing up a PR as well, because your content is not your thought. It is somebody's else thought.
Oh, you mean when you're using AI content itself? Because it's AI slop is a huge, but also it feels to me like AI slop is a huge opportunity for PR people because, well, without sounding big-headed, but the three of us can do a lot better than AI.
Absolutely. So I have a point to add here. When you look at AI, I think AI is one of the most wonderful things that's happened to the PR industry. Because it's putting the focus back on earned media. It's putting the focus back on earning your way into a conversation. So I was just every morning when I start, I have a few questions that I shoot towards ChatGPT and have a fun conversation to start my day. I was just chatting with ChatGPT before I started this, and I typically asked ChatGPT a question, wanting to know how many users on ChatGPT use the free version. Okay. So it gave me a great guesstimate saying around 95% of users, around 800 million users, 95% of it use the free version of AI, use the free version of ChatGPT. That means that the free version uses stored memory. Okay?
Yeah.
It doesn't use live memory, right? If it's
Yeah.
using stored memory, where is it getting that store from? How is it building
Out
it?
of date.
Yeah, it is out of date. However, where does it pick it up from? If you if you ask it any question and say, give me 5 best podcasts that are happening in PR today, right? And it'll give you a list of entire thing. Notice where it is picking these things up from. It is picking these things up from reputed publications who are, who have written about you, right? Those are the ones that it picks up. The only other one that it has picked up is LinkedIn and possibly Wikipedia. Two other sites which are a little more recent, right? If you keep
I suppose at least you can go back to them and say, well, look at your metrics. You can see how many referrals from GPT, can't you? Listen, we're running out of time. I've got to ask you, just in terms of AI, how are you using AI? Because it's changing almost every week, isn't it, Tarunjeet? Let's stop you. Just very quickly. 30 seconds of how you're using AI.
one, to understand a particular industry, okay, get quick notes
Yeah.
out of it, maybe probably give me first drafts, and also look at educating it on my company, because I think in the last 1 week, we got 3 referrals from ChatGPT.
Brilliant. Neha, how are you using AI?
So I am using it for a competition mapping.
Um,
Different clients to have that understanding, because there are too many now in terms of, and also in creating certain new story picks by putting up the website of the client, what could be the possibility stories idea, which we can pitch into the media also.
You know, I think we could very quickly, if you could get developers to develop an AI thing that would help PR. I mean, my biggest thing is accuracy. What would you like them to develop, Neha? What would help
I would
you?
like story narration, their mind thoughts, because that's what they wanted, what their reader wants to read about it.
Yeah, like a psychic powers, yes.
Correct. That's the right word, psychic power.
And Tanji?
I would like it to create a certain kind of a mind map of the consumer that I'm tapping. I'd like it to look at a mind map of the consumer, because end of the day, everything that we do is targeted towards the consumer. I might get a great pieces in New York Times, but if my consumer doesn't read it, then it doesn't make any difference, right? So and it is changing so quickly, especially with Gen Z. I'd like interesting AI tool that will help me map my consumer's mind.
It's going to be fascinating to see what happens. We're going to have to do this again because we could have talked for hours. So thank you so much to the both of you, and we will speak again soon.